Howdy everyone, it's Jurassic Creator here, and today I'm going to be bringing you all a list of the top 10 creatures I want to see come to Fossils and Archaeology. Now, this list is going to be my personal list. It's not going to be in any specific order of like one wanting over the other. It's just going to be 10 creatures that I noticed weren't in this mod that I want to see come eventually. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's begin at our number 10 spot. At our 10th spot, we have the Titanoboa. Now, I'm going to be real, I am actually quite surprised that the Titanoboa isn't already in the mod, considering how popular it is. Now, the Titanoboa, for those who don't know, is a giant snake that lived roughly 58 to 60 million years ago. And this thing is just absolutely badass. It is a shame that it is in the mod, because it would add a little bit more diversity, because there is no snakes in Fossils and Archaeology. Already, we're getting a brand new type of creature with the Titanoboa, and with it, it could just open up so many more possibilities to like build out your park or displays for your creatures that I think it's just a damn shame that it's not in the mod, but I have pretty high hopes that it'll eventually come to the mod. Coming in our 9th spot is the little guy himself, the Lystrosaurus. Now, I'm gonna say this. A lot of the spots that are coming up are gonna be creatures from the Triassic period, because kind of shocked that Fossils and Archaeology seems to be quite lacking in the Triassic department, especially in dinosaurs. Now, I know Lystrosaurus is not a dinosaur, but I still think we need a little more Triassic creatures in the back. Now, Lystrosaurus, its biggest claim to fame is being in Dominion, which, I mean, I shouldn't say fame because Dominion wasn't exactly that great, but I love the little guy from Dominion. I think he deserves a shot in being in Fossils and Archaeology, and I just like having a lot of these smaller creatures from this time frame. It just adds a little more spice to your display and just the overall roster. Coming in our 8th spot is the Eutyrannus, another creature that desperately needs to come to Fossils and Archaeology. The Eutyrannus is a large feathered theropod that is related to the Tyrannosaurus rex. It was first discovered in China and is also, I believe, the largest known theropod dinosaur that had feathers, which I think is just cool. Having more feathered dinosaurs, especially large theropod dinosaurs, would be an absolute godsend to have in this roster, just adding more biodiversity to the creatures of Fossils and Archaeology. Coming in our number 7 spot, we have a weird one, but I really want it. It is the Helicoprion. This creature is absolutely fantastic. It is what I can best describe is a shark with a buzzsaw-like mouth. It is an absolutely fascinating looking creature and would make an absolutely killer addition to the roster. Also, it would fit a very interesting niche where a lot of the aquatic creatures are these huge apexes like the Mosasaur and Megalodon when it comes to these predators, but I think having a slightly smaller, more unique looking predator would absolutely benefit the roster. Now, I was first introduced to Helicoprion through Jurassic Park Builder, which is an absolutely fantastic game. Sad it's gone, but I think it would just be an absolutely cool creature to see in Fossils and Archaeology. Coming in our 6th spot is Megatherium, the giant ground sloth. This is absolutely stunning that it is not in the pack already. I mean, I keep saying that for almost all these creatures, but especially Megatherium. You know, you have Megaloceros, the Mammoth, the Smilodon, but no Megatherium. I don't know, I just find that quite shocking. It is definitely one of the most popular Ice Age creatures, or around that time period. I'm just kind of shocked that the Megatherium hasn't made its way into the pack, but I have extremely high hopes that it will come. I believe it'll definitely be coming to this pack any day now. Coming in our 5th spot is the Coelophysis. Now, I mentioned before that there were going to be a lot more Triassic dinosaurs that were going to be mentioned on the list, and none of them quite had the reputation of Coelophysis. I believe this is one of the better known Triassic dinosaurs, and it would definitely fit a really nice little niche in Fossils and Archaeology, being a slightly smaller omnivore. Now, this is far from the last Triassic dinosaur we're going to talk about, but I am still shocked that there's a significant lack of Triassic dinosaurs in this pack. There are some, just no dinosaurs, which is weird because the Triassic was the dawn of the dinosaurs. It's where it started, and I'm just kind of shocked that there isn't many. Alright, with that out of the way, let's move on to our next spot. Coming in our number 4 spot has got to be the Plateosaurus. We need a herbivore from the Triassic to match our carnivores from the Triassic, and when it comes to herbivores from the Triassic period, I think Plateosaurus has to take the cake. It's an absolutely cool little dinosaur that first appeared roughly 214 million years ago, I believe. It was the late Triassic, alright? Not only would it, once again, fit a cool little niche within Fossils and Archaeology, there's just nothing in this pack that's quite like it. Yeah, you can maybe argue, oh, Gallimimus is kind of similar. It really isn't. It isn't. We desperately need the Plateosaur. Please, devs, add it. I know I already said my piece about Triassic creatures, but we just need more. Please, add the Plateosaur. I beg you. Alright. Cracking our top 3 now. At our 3rd spot, we have the Acrocanthosaurus. Now, before everyone pulls out their pitchforks and say, oh, why'd you not go with the Giga? Hear me out. The Giga, in my opinion, is pretty much all but confirmed at this point that's going to be coming to Fossils and Archaeology. Besides the Tyrannosaur and Spinosaur, Giga is the most popular other apex dinosaur. It's definitely going to be making its way to Fossils and Archaeology. However, Acrocanthosaurus has a smaller chance, and that's why I chose it. Acrocanthosaurus, while it has appeared in a lot of dinosaur media over the years, it always feels it's slept on, and I have no idea why. It's a cool dinosaur. I was first introduced to Acrocanthosaurus from Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, one of my favorite games of all time, and also, that was one of my favorite dinosaurs in that game. It had such a unique design, and I'm putting respect on Acrocanthosaur's name. I think it deserves a spot in the roster for Fossils and Archaeology. Enough said. Please, devs, add the Acro. Alright, in our 2nd spot, we have the Herrerasaurus. Probably the most famous Triassic dinosaur of all time. The Herrerasaurus needs no introduction. It's been in plenty of dinosaur media over the years. It's an absolute cool dinosaur. Do I really need to say anything else? I do? Fine. What can I say about the Herrerasaurus? It has made its step in pop culture. Its appearance in the original Jurassic Park Telltale game is awesome. The bright red colors were absolutely stunning. And also, its just overall look is just so unique. It sits really low to the ground, has a really, really cool skull shape that's a little more elongated. The Herrerasaurus just needs to be in Fossils and Archaeology, considering how famous it really is for the Triassic period. Alright, you all know what time it is. It's time for our number 1 spot. What dinosaur is so important that I had to put it here? Out of all the dinosaurs to ever exist, which one claims number 1? This, ladies and gentlemen, had to go to the Carnotaurus. Seriously, why is he not in the pack? There's really no Abelisaurs in Fossils and Archaeology, and that just shocks me. Carnotaurus is already an extremely popular dinosaur. How is it not in the new version of Fossils and Archaeology? I feel like I'm going insane here. Like, I can't be the only one who was, like, genuinely confused when they didn't see Carnotaurus in the roster for the new version of Fossils and Archaeology. I remember, like, when the mod first came out for 1.18, I was scrolling through the pack trying to find Carnotaur, and I just could not see him. I was genuinely confuzzled. I was confusion. I was freaking out. Where was the Carno? He is just such a cool dinosaur, and just Noah Bellisaur's just... It just leaves a hole in my heart, really. The Carnotaur needs to be in Fossils and Archaeology just because of how iconic it was. The meat-eating bull, the long horns. Where is it? It just needs to be in the pack. Come on, y'all. Alright, and with that out of the way, those are the top 10 creatures I want to see come to Fossils and Archaeology. What do y'all think of the list? Do you think I could have had different creatures or had different ones on the list? I actually want to hear what you all wanted to see in Fossils and Archaeology. And who knows, these all will probably eventually come to the mod, considering the mod devs have said they're going to continue development. So I really hope a lot of these do come. I do know some of these are maybe far stretches, but I believe, given time, they will make their way in. Anyway, that's all I've got for y'all today. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.